I apologize for that weirdness. I am, as you can see, I'm all on my own. I'm by myself inside this box. I'm a terrible mime. I want to thank for everybody that has hung around. If you hung around for that 2 minutes of the most awkward intro you've ever seen, then you definitely deserve what is coming tonight. Thank you for tuning in. If we are lucky, we will be joined by our co-host Captain Lady Moon tonight, but she had a last minute obligation. She had to run out of her studio and go help a family member, which I think lives nearby. I'm not really sure. So you might just be stuck with me. Not sure. But we got plenty of things I'm very excited to talk about. I even had to get Gatorade to be able to make it through tonight's session. Woo! All right, so here we go. First off, I know that a lot of you are here, and I'm just going to break it to you right now. I'm going to relieve some of the stress. I'm going to relieve some of that tension that you're feeling right there in your shoulders. I can feel it because you guys want to know what. You guys want to know what this might be. It's something special. This is what we are giving away tonight. We have hit the 2,000 subscriber point. Yay! I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in week after week and hanging out with us and all of our cool guests. As you guys know, every 100 subscribers, we give away a cool saber. But every 500 subscribers, we give away a NeoPixel. And this one is a very special NeoPixel. As some of you may know, I know some of you know exactly what saber this is right now. Yes, this is a very popular one. And this one in particular, this is Cal Kestis. This is from Fallen Order. This is limited to 100 worldwide. There was only 100 of made of these by TXQ. This is especially weathered. Comes in a box with a display stand and a blade plug. Beautiful saber. Now, I tried charging it earlier, and then when I plugged my charger in, it like blew up. There was literally a spark. So I did not get a chance to charge this. I'm going to have to charge this. But this will get charged before it gets to your house. And this can be yours tonight. All you got to do is leave a comment. And I see a whole list of comments over there in the comment box. I will get to those in a minute. It's just me. It's just me. So we are giving away the Cal Kestis Weathered TXQ Special. This has got 29 different sound fonts already built on it. This is an SN Pixel, so this is also going to be app controlled. You can do everything, do all the settings and everything through your phone. You don't have to remember the button configurations. But I love this because the buttons are kind of hidden on this one. So just tonight, all you got to do is leave a comment. Everybody who has left a comment, you are automatically in the drawing. And at the end of the night tonight, someone will get this. The only rules, want to remind you really quickly, and then I'll try to get to that list of comments over there. Good Lord. The only rule for this is you cannot be an employee of Kyber Cave, which at this time there are only 2 employees. So unless you're one of those 2 people, you have an opportunity. You cannot be an employee of Kyber Cave, and you cannot have won a prize with us in the last 6 months. So if you have already won a saber in the last 6 months, sorry, we're going to have to give you like a t-shirt or some saber chopsticks or something. All right. But besides that, if you are new, welcome to the channel. We do this every Sunday night. And usually I would have a lot more. Man, I can't even get to all these comments over here. I see them all stacking up. Thank you for subbing. Man, I see all your comments. I can't even get to them right now. But I want to show you another brand new, exclusive, beautiful thing that we have at Kyber Cave. This just came into our store 2 days ago. Boom. Let's see if this pops up on the screen. Everything's so there we go. Woo! That is Kyber Cave's our very, very first exclusive saber, and I am super, super proud. I designed this myself, and this is actually based off of a saber that I own that I built out of parts from other sabers. So this was a saber design that I made. Now, I know it looks very simplistic, but there is a method to my madness for all things, and I am very excited to show this to you. This saber you will only be able to get at Kyber Cave, the store, or kybercave.com. It comes in the SD and the NeoPixel version in 5 stupendous colors. And what I love is that we've got an exclusive white button color. So most TXQs have a blue button. We have a white. So if you see the white, you know that's Kyber Cave, baby. You have to watch what it say. Beautiful deep socket. But the very cool thing about this saber is the first of 9 sabers that are going to be in a series. If you guys are big saber heads or big Star Wars nerds, you know that there are 7 forms of saber combat. And each saber that we design in our series is going to be named after a different form. So this is the Shicho. The Shicho, when I designed this, it's meant to be a very basic saber that can be used by a lot of different species. It's got a very wide emitter here to be able to catch blades, and a very deep socket for more security and a much stronger blow. I've got a choke point up here and another grip point down here. And this is also meant to kind of look like a clan saber too. Very basic. If you watched Attack of the Clones, you know that there was like those background sabers that other Jedis and stuff had. So it's meant to be very, very much like a clan saber, something anybody can use. And of course, like I said, we have that in 5 different colors. And this is another color. And I chose these colors because people have been asking me about, more bright and vivid colors. Brown, red, blue, green, purple. And the cool thing is these are the first sabers in the exclusive Kyber Cave line, which is called the Ritual. For those that have been around Kyber Cave for a while, you may know that we used to have a store in downtown Fairfield, and we used to have a build your own saber section where you could literally build up your saber. It was almost like taking Lego parts and putting together and building a saber that nobody else had. Well, this will be the very first components of our rebuilding of the Ritual, but doing with TXQ parts. So as of right now, you could do something like this. If you want a Joker-inspired saber, you can mix and match your colors like this. But as we develop our 9 sabers, each of them are going to have components and parts that will be added to the Ritual. So there'll be more parts for you to specialize and customize making your own saber that nobody else on the planet has. You can have something as crazy and cracked out as whoever knows. So make sure to check out kybercave.com. This will be on our website and in our store. This is the exclusive Shicho saber, which, if you guys are Star Wars nuts, you may know what that means comes next in the build your own saber in our exclusive lineup here. That will be saber number 2 will be the Makashi, and I already have a design for that I know you guys will enjoy. So for now, pick up your Shicho, and I am going to have very soon, in the next few months, we are going to have the limited edition version of this saber, which will be limited to only 100 worldwide. It will be weathered very much like this one. It'll look like this one, weathered like this one, right? But each one will be numbered 1 of 100, 31 of 100, so you'll know exactly which one you have. And the other cool part is right here across, it'll have battle damage that goes across here and a Kyber crystal underneath that glows. So when you turn on your saber, you'll be able to see a glowing Kyber crystal underneath your battle damage. So that will be limited to 100, and that will be available in roughly 3 months. And that will probably be available only in the NeoPixel version. So make sure to check that out. I also want to remind you that just under a month from now, and we will have flyers out and more posters out and event pages out soon, we have KyberCon 4. Yes, that is right, KyberCon 4. at 131C Nut Tree Road in Vacaville, California, Northern California. If you happen to be on the West Coast, you will want to come out for that. We are going to have Chris Bartlett, who has been on all the Disney Plus shows. He has been C-3PO if you've seen him in Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, but he's also been 19 other droids and aliens. So he will be in the store there for free. Also in store will be David Gonzalez, who was Akrev. He was the drummer on Jabba's barge, sail barge. He will be in shop as well, doing their thing. At 3 o'clock, they are going to be doing a celebrity panel, so they'll get up and talk about their experiences, and you'll get a chance to do questions and answers with them right there in shop. At 2 o'clock, we're going to do a costume contest. We're going to have hourly giveaways. Now, this is inside All Funked Up. We are Kyber Cave, the back wall of All Funked Up. So it's a funked up, it's a Funko Pop collectible store, and combat sabers are the back wall. So it's like a nerd paradise. Make sure you are there August 3rd from 11 to 5. Spread the love. Tell all of your friends it is a free event. So, okay. Now, we are very fortunate on this show that, man, and I apologize with all the comments on here. I'm not even going to be able to get to all of these comments. Ooh, Silver Age. I will be at Silver Age. We will be at Silver Age. We are very fortunate that on our show, we have a fantastic producer named James Kaiser, who is one of the OGs in the flow world. Flow with us being any art form where, you use a saber or fire or even fingers or balls or some way to mesmerize. It's more of an artistic thing. It's not about combat and fighting. So Revenant is our special flow artist this week. Revenant has been on the show before, but let's check it out. Thank you once again to our fabulous producer, Mr. James Kaiser, a.k.a. Darth Cephalus. All right, check it out, y'all. Peace. Wow, that was a short one. That was like that reminded me of my college days. If it was my college days, that might have been a whole different experience for me. All right, I want to remind you, if you guys have any saber needs, check out kybercave.com. We have all of your saber needs taken care of. We have 10% off of all of our NeoPixel sabers right now until the 27th of the month to celebrate our 6-year anniversary. And we have 15% off all our RGB sabers, excluding our beginner sabers. Those are the only ones that aren't part of the sale. So make sure to check out kybercave.com. Get in on that sale before it is no more. Don't forget about August 3rd here at our store. And also, if you want to support this channel and what we do with some of our other shows, don't forget we got Saturday morning Nerd Outs. Fantastic show by Graveyard. He also puts on the Alcove, Retro Alcove on Mondays, which is an old school gaming show. Love that show. He puts that on Mondays. We've got this show right now, and coming very soon, our D&D show by Miss Aubrey, the captain herself. So make sure to stick around and check that out. But every Sunday we are doing this. And this week, I am excited to bring to you a person I've been wanting to get on the show for a while, only because I had seen an advertisement This gentleman is in the saber community. I love talking to our different sabersmiths, but he had put out something that he was specializing in, something that I don't often see anybody specializing anymore nowadays, and that was stunt sabers, which I am absolutely in love with stunt sabers. And for those of you that may or may not know, a stunt saber is a saber that's specifically used for fighting, that more just lights up. It doesn't make sound. It doesn't do a lot. It just lights up and is just about competitive fighting for. Nothing fancy. No, I have a couple of stunt sabers myself that I use specifically for fighting. When I want to go out and have a good time or play around, I have all my cool, my light up features, my NeoPixel. But when we're just going out to whoop some butt, it's all about the stunt sabers. So with no further ado, I am going to bring on our fantastic guest tonight. He is Mr. Johun Dyre with Centerpoint Sabers, and here we go. Oh, hey. I hit the wrong button. I wasn't expecting you out. Hello there.
Woo! Howdy.
Howdy. It's so funny, as you were, as I was bringing you on, our co-host, Miss Captain Lady Moon, came in at the same time. So I accidentally brought her on. So people may have been a little bit confused. How are you doing tonight?
Here. Just a little startle the audience. She's here now.
Yeah. How are you doing tonight?
Fantastic. How are you, man?
I feel like I'm interviewing the band Gwar. Are you familiar with Gwar?
I like Gwar.
That's what it feels like right now. So if I see any blood or like weird things start spewing behind you, the interview is absolutely over.
You know what? I have chronic bloody noses. Had them all my life. But I heard that tonight, so there's no blood involved.
All right, man. I'm just letting you know it's not good for the audience count.
No, it's fine.
Speaking of audience, I tell people what now we talked about sabers. I talked about sabers at the beginning, and of course people saw the pictures of your beautiful saber that you had there, but you're more than just a saber maker. You're a maker in general, right? Why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name's Johun, and I make lightsabers. I've been making sabers since I had my first one. I was at 4. My dad made my first one. I've been making them since I was like 10 now. And I've just never really been a social media person. So I decided I'm making these sabers. I got to put them on social media. But I also make swords. And I have a couple swords up here I've made, forged, all the leather, all of the wood, all of the blade stuff. I have a couple I didn't. I'm just doing commission work on them. So the new belts and stuff. But I also do prop helmets. That's a brand for Studios ODST that I put a whole live heads-up display in. That is a Dead Space 2 helmet made from scratch. It opens up in clamshells around the head, and that Old Republic MMO, a draft style Eradicator Acolyte helmet. And this is from Dark Souls 2. This is Alva the Wayfarer. So I'm a maker in general. If I'm not working on something, then I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. And what kind of do you have? Like, well, I mean, you're making lightsabers, you're making metal swords. Are you using 3D printing for those helmets, or what kind of are you using? I've seen I guess helmets can be made so many different ways. Tell us about a little bit about some of the materials you like to work with the best.
So when it comes to swords and when it comes to lightsabers, I try to use no plastic whatsoever. With swords, you can't really get away with it. Those are carbon steel with my fittings, poplar scabbards, and veg tan leather. With my lightsabers, I try to approach them with a complete metal perspective. But the helmets, you're harder to get away with just using metal. The brand for Studios, if you guys go check him out, he makes Halo helmets. That's a cast. You asked about 3D printing, but the Dead Space helmet and this Acolyte are in fact actually 3D printed. I thought you were asking about lightsabers for a second, but those two are 3D printed. And I have a friend who has a 3D printer. He helps me out with those. I don't own a 3D printer. And this I made years ago. This one's just EVA craft foam. It's easy to breathe in. You know, I like to keep my privacy and anonymity on the internet. You know, so anyone will dox you if they get upset about you over any. You know what it's like. You put you're risking your life out here every week. I'm seeing you if your face out.
I do it for the people. I do it for the people.
You do it for you're a man of the people.
No. And I love that too. We just recently had Odin Makes. I don't know if you're familiar with Odin, but he's an incredible prop maker. And he makes he made a huge Mecha Godzilla suit and a Gundam suit, and it was EVA foam. But to look at it, you would think it was rusted metal, and I mean, it's just absolutely amazing what can be done with foam nowadays.
I've seen his stuff, and I liked that Gundam a lot. But yeah, it's amazing. I got out of the EVA foam world a couple of years ago. I decided to kind of consolidate my hobbies. I don't make helmets. I don't do helmets that often. I did the ODST this year, but I kind of consolidated them. And when you do so many things, you just got to make the cut somewhere.
Right. And you got to specialize. You got to be known for something.
Yeah, and I decided I want to be the only lightsaber smith and swordsmith because I make swords. Top one up there is my personal one. I made the one behind me for our wedding for my wife, and I want to make lightsabers. So they go hand in hand. Who doesn't love a good sword? Who doesn't love a good lightsaber? What am I, a weeb?
Yeah, I got some ideas for stuff. We should collaborate. I definitely got some ideas that you might be interested in.
Totally.
What is it? Okay. I have this weird theory, and you have a passion for swords of all kinds. It seems. I was formerly before this. I was a preschool teacher, and one thing is if you take a child who is a child that can walk, right? If the child is 8 months old or 9 or 12 months old, if you give any child a stick, the first thing they do is automatically use it like a sword. And so I'm wondering, is there something innate about human beings that we are drawn to a sword? Especially in today's age, right? We have guns, we have missiles, we have things that are far more deadly and effective than a sword, but we are still drawn to them. What is that?
I'm a bit of a theologian. I like to go to church on Sundays, and from my perspective, it really comes. I think a lot of that comes down to kind of like a nature for people, a proclivity for aggression and violence. You know, I think it's kind of natural to defend yourself, or if so you don't like something, if you whack it, maybe you'll fix it. And a sword lends itself to that so well, because I mean, a stick's really a club. So you build up from club, and then you go from club, and eventually you get to Bronze Age swords, and you get to, Norman era swords, the oak-shot typology going up to Type 10, and then you get to your European swords, cruciform swords. But every culture in the world developed a sword of some sort.
Right.
And the proclivity for hitting people with a long object that you hold at the base of it, right? You hold it down here. Your pole arms are great. The spear is the greatest weapon of all time, but you don't see kids taking their stick and holding it like this and poking the other kid, You
right.
see doing that. And I think I think a lot of it comes down to the proclivity for aggression that a lot of people have, but it just feels good.
It does. It's like I said, it's been very interesting to me, especially as a preschool teacher where, we teach nonviolence, but it's something innate about the human being that as soon as they can walk, if they pick up any kind of a stick, the first thing they do is act as if it's a sword.
Exactly.
Just my observation.
No. It is naturally, it's fun, and if it's fun, you're going to do it, regardless of it's good or bad.
Right.
Discussion. But if it's fun to swing things on other things.
So with all that you do, we are a little more about something here specific tonight. Didn't you release a brand new product?
Yes, I did. So, addressing what you said in the beginning of the video, I do stunt sabers, but I do make every single one with sound. Now, every single one has Crystal Focus 10 soundboards. All my lightsabers, they all have the highest end soundboards. I mine my own quartz crystals to get the crystals for them. I do that up in Maine because I'm East Coast, Massachusetts. Now, I make them with complete metal chassis, meaning the insides are completely made of metal to be extremely reinforced, extremely durable. And I am releasing a line of empty sabers, but to launch the line of empty sabers, I have a special full metal chassis lightsaber right here. And it's got, my camera's over here, it's got 2 rubies in the crystal chamber, a blood red Vietnam ruby. Hey, Maine here, night vision. A blood, Appetite Mountain, that's where I go mining. A blood red Vietnam ruby, and then a pink laser ruby from the 1980s Star Wars Space Defense Initiative. And the entire chassis is bronze, it's brass, it's aluminum, it's copper. Almost dropping that, wow. And this, I'm launching, I'm selling one of these tonight. It's up for sale on my Facebook, Centerpoint Sabers, for $3,000. And I have the one I'm actually selling right here. And it's got a custom mix with special Cree dyes, ruby red blade. Now, a lot of people do NeoPixel, and I love NeoPixel. NeoPixel's great, but for me, when it comes to my saber designs, I like to design a saber with a color in mind. So this one, ruby red, this has custom Cree dyes. Now, these custom Cree dyes, it's like a pink dye. You're not finding a dedicated pink LED really anywhere. So, sourcing these Cree dyes was difficult. It's pink, far red, deep red, deep red. And this is the very one I'm selling for $3,000. 2 genuine rubies. Well, a genuine Vietnam, and then the synthetic laser ruby from the 1980s Star Wars Defense Initiative. The U.S. did against, Soviet Union to defend against missiles. 1.3 millimeter recharge port. LED bar graph on the back end. LED filament on the front end right there, if you can see. Bronze crystal chamber. The works. The works. I went all out for this.
Wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. Is this like your personal dream saber, or what was the inspiration for this?
Couple things. So it is actually kind of a personal dream saber. So the real life inspiration is actually, I found out today when I posted pictures of it earlier this morning. I've been posting it for a couple months, the progress pictures, and I've been saying, hey, credit to someone. I designed the emitter based off of a similar saber. And I found out today it was Will Ailing of Divinian Customs. All these comments are so great. These guys are amazing. It is and I'm selling these ones for $1,000, by the way. But Will Ailing of Divinian Customs reached out to me, and he showed me the original pictures. Now, I saw pictures of a saber that I fell in love with back in 2018. I had it on Pinterest, and I lost Pinterest or the phone. Right. I had the pictures, so I kind of designed it similarly from memory, just kind of inspired by. And he reached out to me, and he said I killed it. He said the thing's amazing, absolutely gorgeous. I've been talking to him all day now, and I posted it up for sale, and he shared the posts. Great guy, right? Ailing of Divinian Customs. But in lore, for me, I haven't watched any Disney Star Wars. I grew up. I'm 27, so when I was a kid, my dad was going and getting the new Legends books. He was getting New Jedi Order. He was getting Fate of the Jedi as that was coming out. I was reading those as a kid. I was eating them up. So when 2008 Clone Wars came out, I had already read the entire Clone Wars. I was already like, well, what is this? So my inspiration for this is Vestara Kai, Lost Tribe of the Sith, Star Wars Fate of the Jedi, if anyone's read it, 5,000-year-old Sith original. Great hyperspace war Sith original. In Star Wars Legends lore, the Sith of the Great Hyperspace War, that era, they made the first lightsabers with in-hilt power cells. The Jedi still had proto-sabers. So after the war, the Jedi feared that. So this is meant to be 5,000-year-old Sith original. Yeah, Will is a fantastic guy. It's a shark over here. He really he's so nice, man.
I'm seeing everybody is loving the Saber, dude. The comment board is lighting up for it.
Yeah, so I do have, right? I had 15 empties. There we go. How much empty?
There we go.
I'm gonna have 5 empties. 5 empties left for sale. A bunch of them were spoken for. Some people I talked to helped support me throughout the run. I didn't take their money, but they were really, helpful and stuff. So worth advice. I have 5 empties left for sale. I'm doing 150 for those empties. And I'm gonna put those up for sale on Centerpoint Sabers at the end of the week. And it's going to be 150 for those empties. I have them all down here in a box, so I can pull one out right now.
Only 150 for the empties?
Only 150 for the empties. I am losing money on this.
Oh my God, that's crazy. This is madness.
But this one's actually going to Shamim. This one's going to Shamim Moshfazada. I talked to him.
Right.
And everyone knows Shamim and his State of the Saber Union address. He's a classic.
God, I could see that would be such a beautiful canvas to etch something nice on, man.
So
like that reminds me a lot of, the KR flagship sabers.
Yes.
Like, to me, those are the perfect canvas sabers, right? Like, if you have some idea for something you want to do artistically, your saber there. What do you call that again?
So this is the Tribeless. And I actually did this is a V1. I am going to someday do a V2. I'm going to do a Ben Skywalker coming out after this. It's going to come out by the end of the year. A Ben Skywalker, right?
Okay.
I have a Kip Durin going on down the line too. But this is a V1, so I'm likely to do a second run of these. If anyone misses out on it, don't be afraid. I'm likely to do a second run of these.
Make sure to send a DM though, so he can know how many to make. If this is the saber that you want, I'm telling you guys. And here's the thing too. Let these sabersmiths know if they're showing you something, they're telling you that they're going to make a V2. Let them know that hey, what's up, Graveyard? Sorry, that's one of our others. Let them know that you appreciate their work and that you want to get in on that second run, so they know how much to make. They only might make 25, and you were number 27. You know what I mean? So let him know if you want that. Money talks, baby.
I'd love every one of you guys. Go to my page, DM me, whatever you want to do. Let me know. This is my first run, and I've been making sabers for like a decade. I did it since I was 10, but like this, I've been doing them for like a decade. So it's kind of taken me a while to decide to be brave enough to go online about it. But,
right.
Yeah. No. So you said about acid etching. This whole thing's acid etched. If you can see it, it's acid weathered. Now I've done acid etching before. I sent you one. It was in the intro for the show. That was
right.
nice. But this whole thing is acid weathered. The lighting's probably affecting it, but you can see. But it is a perfect blank canvas for some beautiful etching. Some of those people, like I think Shadowcrest retired.
Oh man, Shadowcrest! I can think. You know who's my favorite is NG, NG Sabers.
MG Sabers, yep, they kill.
Oh man, that would be or Red Fox. Red Fox would kill it too.
I would love to see one of these in their hands someday. See what they can do with it, because I can do acid etching, but they can do acid etching.
Right. Those guys are like the Elvis of acid etching. That is beautiful. So you make this completely by yourself, or do you have any help?
No, I made this completely by myself. From Autodesk design all the way up. It was completely by myself. It's a 3-piece hilt. So the emitter comes off like this, and it's
right.
socket, and then the pommel comes off on the other end. And I'll tell you what, I lost more than I wanted to in the milling process because it's so long, and I decided I wanted the grooves to line up, because no one likes buying their saber and none of the stuff lines up.
Right.
The grooves to line up, so I milled it as one long piece. And
you milled it yourself, or did you have it sent out and done?
No, I milled it myself. I worked in machine
My
shop.
goodness.
I worked in a machine shop.
Oh, okay.
doing it during the day, and I'll tell you what, the B-axis moves like this, and maybe sometimes I had a saber in there, and I moved it on the B-axis, and it snapped in half.
Oh, snaps.
Maybe that happened twice,
Wow.
Not 3 times. It's okay.
Right. Well, and that's what a lot of people, honestly, that's why I like having the makers come on the show and talk about, kind of the behind the scene process of some of everybody's favorite sabers, because they don't realize how much research and development goes into making a saber not just beautiful, but actually that you can get out there and it's not going to break after a couple of twacks.
Yeah, it was a real learning experience. Like I said, selling every empty I made, I don't make a profit on these things. And when you're opening a business, when you're starting a business, you got to kind of take that L, to kind of learn.
Right, get your name out there.
Yeah, and really, the empties kind of became an excuse to make the big expensive ones.
Right,
I was like, these big expensive ones, and it's going to cost a lot of money. I'll make some empties along the way. But
you got to use the little ones to fund the bigger projects.
Exactly. So it's just it was such a learning process, and while making this, I was seeing some people, maybe it was Saber Bay. I was seeing some other companies, and they're like, hey, new hilt design. Here's the 3D model. We might make this. And the next thing I know, I turn around, I'm still in the process of doing this, and they're like, hey, the run's shipping out the door.
Right.
Oh, they got the process down so quick.
Right. Your crystal design and everything, and I'll be honest, I apologize. I missed part of it because my internet connection was coming in and out. I don't know if you guys had realized it or not, but I'm happy that you had kept going. But I missed part of some of the design of your saber there. But it looked absolutely gorgeous inside. Can you tell us anything special about that chassis and on how you designed it?
Yeah, so with the crystal design, you missed part of that. These ones are dual rubies. So the top crystal is from the 1980s Star Wars Space Defense Initiative, where the United States was making lasers to shoot down Soviet missiles.
Right.
And they stockpiled all these laser rubies and sold them to a bunch of lapidaries when none of this really panned out. So I'm an amateur lapidary. I'm a professional knife sharpener, but I'm an amateur lapidary, which is the practice of faceting crystals. So I was able to acquire some of them through some channels. And then the bottom's a blood red Vietnam ruby. So it's a dual ruby crystal chamber. And I think the most special part about this was it was pretty complex. But definitely the bronze crystal chamber was pretty difficult. I mean, I got some failures right here. I made them too short initially. I made them way short my first time around, and I measured them. I'm like, oh no. So that's solid bronze, and that's different than working with aluminum, different than working with copper.
Right.
But really, it's the most important thing to me was full metal. The full metal experience. I have the soundboard held in place with brass rods. Klaus D. Cat, I did not see your question. Was that for me?
Klaus. Oh, yeah, let's go. Sorry. Hold on. Can you, it says,
can you make something for the biker? That was the question.
Sorry, I was going there and then.
No, I saw the question.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Can you make something for the biker scout? Make something for what bikers? Like a biker, like a speeder lightsaber hilt, or do you mean like a biker scout helmet, like mouthpiece or something? Like where are we going with that?
What you looking for, Steven?
But I did see Shark ask another question. No, I didn't print any of this. I machined all of this myself. There's no and because I machined it myself, you can see, of course, there are going to be imperfections. This thing is handmade. But no, printing metal. Like a core and horn saber. I do have a GCS core and horn that I need to install. I have a GCS Bane behind me, but I have a GCS core and horn that's empty. But yeah, it's just really it was all hands done, hand lathe mill, and it's just the machine work. I'll tell you what. Thank you, Shark, for I'll tell you what. It was a pain. My drills walked quite a lot. My end mills were breaking and snapping, and it was just I'd go in 10 thou too much, and there goes my end mill, and I'm all out of 3/8 end mills or 1/8 end mill or whatever, and I'm just really really screwing it. Shark says he saw that Bane. Yeah, I bought that for $4,000 the other month, and I instantly get this. So everyone knows Genesis Custom Sabers. I paid $4,000.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
I instantly gutted it. Mm-hmm. I instantly took the whole thing apart. I replaced the crystal with a red spinal crystal. Of course, did dedicated red blade. It was NeoPixel. but I did dedicated red. So now it's a natural red crystal and a dedicated red blade because it needs it starts.
Is that the newer?
What do you mean green?
Is that the newer Bane with the claw on the bottom?
This is the Bane
newer one or the older one?
This is Bane Legend. This is number 8 of the Bane Legend series. So it's got the claw on the bottom.
Oh, the original, yes.
Got the
no, yeah. Somebody redeveloped that one recently and has a different claw, but that's the original run.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yep, this is the original Bane. This isn't. This is the Bane Legend run. Genesis Custom Saber's second version of the Bane. So this is number 8.
Okay.
8 of 17. He just finished 17.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at that talent. That thing's sharp.
Beautiful. Somebody was saying that we should sell your saber at Kyber Cave.
I mean, you know, my wife's a lawyer. We can get some contracts written up, some stuff done.
Hey.
I gotta figure out how I want to kind of continue with the business, because now that I'm at the point where I'm selling, I'm like, well, do I want to continue doing like a limited run of empties, like a couple Kip Durans here, some Cam Solar Stars, and then some really expensive installs with those?
You're right.
Or do I want to do like a large production and do some like 3D print chassis? Yeah, a center point Corin would be pretty rad. I would love to. The only problem I have with doing a Corin Horn is that everyone's done a Corin Horn, and I can't do, like, I refuse to do a Darth Bane because I cannot do better than this. This is perfect. You know? And
I mean, it's Saber. It's Genesis is a little hard to beat.
He's so hard to beat, man. And you know, it was there it is. It was the Jawa's Bane. That's the one that just came out. That thing's wild.
Yep.
I'm blessed to own a GCS, but I can't. Corin Horns, there's so many of them, and I would love to do one, but Nevin Varner, I know in the community, does only Corin Horns, and he's amazing. And then Starfall Sabers started off doing basically just Corin Horns, and they're amazing. And it's like, well, you know, it's like getting in the boxing ring, you know, with Mike Tyson. He's older. And I'm a lifelong martial artist, but it's his boxing ring.
Yeah, it's a little hard, you know, when you come in. That's why I personally prefer original designs to canon designs, you know, because especially if you're coming in as a young Saber company, you know, there's already 20 other versions of an Anakin. What are you going to do to it that's going to be any different or better than what the other 19 guys did?
Yeah, right. To address Klaus, I think I did get to your question. If it was a different question, the Corin Horn biker hilt. Yeah, I just discussed that. But you're absolutely right. You know, I mean, the only canon hilts I want to do might be a Mara Jade Graflex, so a Graflex, and then an Episode 6 Luke. You know, because I want to complete the grand. I want a Grand Master Luke. I don't want a creepy Uncle Luke. I love the Saber, but I want a Grand Master Luke. I want a Mara Jade, you know, so it's, but, you know, you got these companies, they do them so perfectly now. And it's like, you know, it's, no one's done a Vistara Kai ever. I don't see a Kip Duran out there, maybe like one custom one from a MHS from 15 years ago. But,
and, you know, a lot of these Sabers now, it's kind of crazy, are coming out so friggin' like Acolyte is running right now, and there's already Art Sabers already has 2 of the Acolyte Sabers out.
You know, when
it is amazing to me how fast things hit production nowadays.
Yeah, when I noticed that, and you know, yeah, Shark, I saw that Luke hilt with DK Sabers, but I first noticed that when Jedi Fallen Order was revealed, and then the next day everyone's got their concept.
Yes.
You know, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, how and none of these are going to be accurate, which none of them were. They're all V1s, and they were essentially V0s, and then they did a V1 when the game came out.
Right. When they can actually look at it.
Yeah, it's like you saw the DK Luke is great, but you saw that the small preview of the Cal Kestis hilt, and all of a sudden every company has it, and I can't compete with that, and I don't really want to. I like Star Wars Legends. I haven't seen the Acolyte. I know Andor's good. I haven't seen there it is. I haven't seen the Acolyte. I've seen the Sabers. I haven't seen the show, and I haven't seen any new Star Wars show since like season 2 of The Mandalorian. I listen to the audiobooks of Legends. I own all of the books. I read Tolkien. Like I listen to Tolkien 24/7. I love Lord of the Rings more than lightsabers. I'll tell you, and Star Wars. I'll tell you what. But yeah, it's just it's so crowded. You know that it's almost
Right.
like I'm trying to do my own thing. The Tribeless. Thank you
Right.
so much. Yep, and yeah, I love Tolkien. But no, this Tribeless was like you asked, is this my dream saber? And it kind of is. It was kind of like if I can produce a single saber and never produce another one again, then it's got to be this.
It's so cool, and I love how you built the lore into it too. It's not just like a cool looking glow stick, but it actually has purpose and thought as to where does this saber exist. We recently, another guest that we have, we do this show every Sunday, so I get some very interesting guests. Another guest that we had recently designed a proto saber. You know, like who makes a proto saber? You know what I mean? But this guy wanted to see one.
Yeah, I think
it's amazing.
I think I saw that. I think I saw that episode on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
I don't catch live. It's 10 o'clock for me here on a Sunday night. I don't catch a lot of live streams. I got it.
Well, we thank you for hanging out with us tonight and staying up.
I've been looking forward to this. It's a blast so far. But yeah, no, I saw that proto saber, and I love unique sabers, man. I love it when people come out with something that's just completely, it's so completely different, you know?
I am into, and you know, I guess people can laugh at it, you know, or think anyway, but I think it's just like any other hobby. I look at it for the art. I look at it maybe the way that some people, you know, they're really into cars, you know, or making their cars, you know, really nice paint jobs or with hydraulics or whatever. I look at sabers similar like that. That's why when I saw your chassis, I mean, I was absolutely amazed with what you did inside there, because I see these things not just as toys, but really as pieces of artwork.
Yeah, it's when it comes to anything I do, and my wife would tell you, it's impossible for me to skimp out in any way. Anyone skimps out. So like when I did my ODST helmet, you know, you have like the live heads up display you can see booting up there in the screen.
Oh wow.
You can see it reflect off the inside of the visor, and that's and it's from crazy. Halo. And it has microphones that go to speakers so you can hear, and it's
wow.
You know, and I have friends who are part of the 501st, and they put a couple foam squares in their helmet and they call it a day. But for me, it's got to be like the best. It's like if the new thing I've done isn't the best thing I've ever done, then I don't think I did it right for myself, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's and each one of these things is like better than the last, and I go look at the last one I did, and I'm like, you know, that's not that great.
So now that you have this saber, are you thinking of the next design, or because you said, you know, you are, I guess, kind of a relatively young saber company, and there's different directions that you can go. I know, for example, was it Texas Custom Sabers? He'll do like a whole batch of something and then just release that. And if you want it, you buy it, you get it, and it's gone. Whereas other companies, they'll put up, say, you know, 5 or 6 molds, and you choose, you know, which one you want. What direction do you think you're going to go in?
So the next lightsaber is a Ben Skywalker lightsaber. I have it designed. I've posted it on Centerpoint Sabers. I posted it a while ago. I have a couple more designs, but the Ben Skywalker is coming next. And I will do a free giveaway of one of those if that person can the first person who correctly guesses the name of that saber. Now, it's not tonight. We're not doing that tonight. All right, but when I'm getting close, I'll announce that giveaway. If you correctly guess the name of the saber, I'll give away that free empty. And but the Ben Skywalker's next, and I think really, I just I kind of want to do, all of the characters that you don't see. I want to go to there's a couple Jaina solos and there's a couple Jason solos, but where's my Anakin solo? So I want to do my Anakin solo. I want to go ahead and I want to do my Lobaka,
Oh,
Rain
wow.
Rain Arthul, Tahiri Vela, all of the obscure characters from Legends that were not obscure at one point. They were like the big players on the Star Wars field. Like, was Anakin Solo going to be the next big thing, and then he gets killed off in Star by Star? But I really want to kind of bring to life those Legends sabers that you don't see a lot of anymore. And there are some amazing new lightsaber designs. I think the Balin skull is just wow. The Terra Malicos is so good that but for me, there are people who can do those better than me, and I am going to let them do those better than me, and I'm going to focus on something that they didn't do and see who wants it. And I think I might continue doing limited runs of empties. I'm probably going to bring it up to maybe 30 empties and a couple installs, and then from there, just once the empties are gone, they're gone. I might do that.
Right.
But I do want to do a V2 of this because it's my first.
Do you
and I want people to be able to get them?
As far as personal fulfillment, what you personally enjoy, do you enjoy the milling of the saber or the electronics part of it, or is it all the same to you?
I'll tell you what, I enjoy it all equally when it's going well. And when something doesn't work, oh my gosh, I have ESD because it's a little too humid today, and now my soundboard somehow fried, which happened times a couple of years ago. And then or the milling, the part snaps. I think a lot of it comes down to it's kind of, I enjoy making something, and then once the thing is, it's all I do, it's all I want to do, it's all I'm obsessed with. But then once the thing's done, I'm super quick to go into the next thing. My wife, I'll be talking to her nonstop about this lightsaber design. I'll make it. I'll tell her I did it in my head. It's all done. Now I just need to make it. And I'll make it exactly as I described for a month. And then, it's done. What's next? So it's really just the whole
on to the next thing.
I'm addicted to.
Wow. So in that case, then, I mean, are you more of a limited run kind of a guy? Like, this saber, is this something that is only going to be offered for, say, this next 6 months and then never again? Or is this something that you would put up on a website and people can now start to order for the rest of, however long you're a company?
I'm definitely a more limited run kind of guy. I think put it up until it's gone.
Wow.
I don't want to take pre-orders. Are you on Facebook? Can't find you, so I can chat. Yeah, you can look up Johun Dyre, or you can look up Centerpoint.
And we should have all his information in our description, Steven. That's who Klaus is. Check all of the information there in the description. Don't forget about that, guys. Any show that we do, any guests that we have, even with the flow artists, we'll have their information in the box. They'll have links there to their different websites, or if they have Instagrams, or we always get the information from the guests themselves. So however they want to be reached, the information is going to be there for you.
I got your request, Shark. I'll accept that once this is over. But to answer your question, to me, I think what's important is that I had a lot of delays with this run. Father's house ended up burning down, which delayed our first interview. And then, a lot more hours at work training someone new, a lot of stuff. And I didn't take anyone's money whatsoever, meaning I can any delays as I want. And no one cares. People who want it are going to buy it when it comes out, or they're not. And I think the most thing to me is that I don't think I'm ever going to accept any pre-orders And I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do commission because I just don't feel comfortable taking people's money without a product to give them. And
Right.
I've not been in the I've not been in the community online socially that much, but I've seen enough of that happen where all of a sudden pre-orders are, I'm not going to name any companies' names, but you see it. Hey, we pre-ordered this 2 years ago. It's not out. Hey, I did this commission and now we're 20 months in and I don't have.
I own one of the community's unicorns. It comes with a very dark history, but it was a company called Vapod Sabers a couple of years ago, and he made a saber called the Medieval. And I think he took 150 people's money, and only 25 of them made it out.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of that drama on some small YouTube discussions and stuff, and it's just that and some other things like I said, I'm not a fan of naming names, but we do know that like the myth of magic has kind of been delayed, and
right.
And Seven Chambers, I have a Seven Chambers Acolyte here, which you can see installed on my Facebook. I love this thing. Oh my gosh, it's one of like 120. I'm super glad to have it. A lot of people just acid etching them, and I like it as it is. But it's kind of like you have some people where whether it's personal things, it's personal things happen no matter what. They just all of a sudden they're not communicating. All of a sudden they're not talking. They have your money. You're wondering where your thing is, and if they just in stock and only sold it when they had it and didn't take money to fund it, then you wouldn't really have that problem. You'd pay for the thing and you get it, and if it didn't ship within 2 weeks, you just refund,
Right, exactly. It's the best way to build your company, your reputation. Hey, Jan, we've only got a couple of minutes here left. This time it is amazing how quickly 40 minutes flies. I wanted to wrap up and see if you had anything up and coming you want to let people know about, any maybe last minute words of wisdom for people, anything you want to share with us.
Couple things. So I have two.
Ooh, hey, look at that.
I have two. What's going to be? If anyone's fan of Lord of the Rings films, I'm a massive fan of them, of course, and the books. This is a Boromir pommel.
Ooh.
I have two Boromir style swords I'm going to be doing. One of them's going to be mine, so one of them will be up for sale. And then, I do forge, so we will see maybe some, Massachusetts laws being what they are with knives and weapons and selling those online. We'll see how that goes. But I guess words of wisdom for people, it's really just, I've been nervous about social media for a long time. And, when you, I'm happy to finally be out there now, but I'm trying to be safe and anonymous. I'm trying to make sure that I only keep my money in my business, so just be careful of what you do online, just watch out where you're buying stuff from. And and I highly suggest everyone get into making their own sabers. Now go by the way, get these new sabers, get these she chose, because those things look awesome. I wanted to do my own run of the seven forms and read that first thing, and I'm just like, he got me. But that thing looks great. And I think if you're nervous about spending like a lot of money on a saber, I think Kyber Cave is a good place. I think you have a lot of good people who make good sabers out there, who resell good sabers. Just be safe with your money, be smart doing it,
Right.
Yeah, and nothing beats, honestly, even though it means that maybe you guys won't buy my sabers, or you might only buy my DIYs, or you might only buy some of his DIY parts and stuff, where you might go to his and make your sabers. If it means learning skills and doing it, I can't recommend it enough. It's not.
Here's the thing: is I'm going to say I will be honest with you. I really believe that there are sabers for different markets, just like there's cars for different markets, right? Some people want a tiny little car. Someone wants someone with good gas mileage. Some people want a big truck to haul things around, right? It depends on what you want. To me, what you make is art. To me, what we do, and I'm going to be honest, the majority of my customers are moms and dads that want to go out and have fun with kids in their backyard. They're not really looking at my sabers for the artistry of it as much as they may be looking at your. For me, they want my sabers for the utility of it. They just want all the fun lights and colors, and they just want to go have fun with their friends. But when I look at your saber, that's something that, I put on my best cosplay, and I want to show off my, my original character, my dope saber. And I'm going to Disneyland, and I want to flex on everyone.
Well, I guess to go to that point, if buy from someone who has what you're interested in, so if you want a stunt saber, if you want to beat it up, if you want to toss it around, talk to the person. You go to a company, send them an email, ask them what their warranties are, ask them what the quality is, and
exactly.
Find someone who caters to your wants and needs, And
I want to ask you really quickly, because when you were showing off some of the swords, bring up that last sword that you brought up, because some comments started flying off to the side here. Do you sell these?
So this one's my personal one. I actually keep this by my bed, and I would like to. Now I am going to see about posting for sale a Boromir style. This is a arming sword, right? It's not an oak-shot type arming sword, mostly because Lord of the Rings made it a very unique, one-of-a-kind blade that's never existed in real life. It's neat. But this one, I'm not selling. I would like to sell them. Massachusetts laws being what they are with the sale of weapons, that's something that will have to come later down the line. I'm a big Tolkien enthusiast. I've read The Silmarillion and all of his great tales, Children of Húrin, Fall of Gondolin, dozens of times in my life. So this says, Múl en Morgoth goy meloth goel, tel pilion celia megloth aethabalis giloth, which is Cinder in Elvish, for thrall of Morgoth, fear megloth fell, tel pirion the silver tree, shine a light this blade.
Wow.
So that one's mine. I made that. I made this one for my wife for our wedding. This was her wedding gift. It's got sapphires. There you go, the pegs. It's a type, I think it's like a type 13 arming sword with a fine. Oh, wow. Got sapphires in the pommel.
You made that for your wife. Don't get her mad.
Yeah.
Our co-host here, Miss Captain Lady Moon, is starting to drool. Few things get her more excited than a nice sword.
Danubiel's in the chat. I didn't notice you.
Yeah, she's in the chat too. And so there's a question here. Do you specialize in European and fantasy style blades?
European and fantasy styles. I'm a big, so my family owns a martial arts studio, but I've done plate armor fighting and HEMA, and I've done sword fighting and practiced the German treatises. And European, I love it. I'm not a fan of Japanese swords. They're great. They're great for what they are, but when it comes to metallurgy, I prefer the mixing of European swords. So I specialize in those. Now I do a lot more scabbards and belts. So this one right here, I'm just going to point this out real quick. Tanuviel might be interested. This is a Fable Blades. This one right here. That's a $4,000 sword from the world famous Australian swordsmith Fable Blades. I'm doing a belt for that. And this is the Aragorn Ranger sword, which you can see on his website. Now, my friend owns this, and he lives 2 towns away from me. And I've had pictures of this on my phone since 2017 when he first made it, and I didn't know the guy who owned it lived 2 towns away.
Oh, wow.
This is meant to be Strider's sword, which doesn't exist in the Lord of the Rings books. It goes straight to Narsil and Andúril, but it's meant to be from the Lord of the Rings films. So I also specialize in scabbards and belts for swords, but really it's anything European, and I'll do it.
Dude, I can see Captain grinning from ear to ear back there.
I'll talk.
You were speaking her language. Man, that is amazing. Well, I have had an amazing time with you. I do apologize for your families. Your father's loss of his home. But I do want to thank you for rescheduling with us. I know that you've been awfully busy with a lot of personal things, and you have your own family and everything, but it has been absolutely a treat to speak with you, and I cannot wait to keep up with what you are doing with Centerpoint Sabers.
Dude, I would, it's been a blast. The comments have all been fun. I've loved the interaction here. I spent my whole life just making stuff, so I don't talk with a lot of people about this stuff. But you know what? I'd love to come on the show again and talk some more about things, And it's just been great. It's been great being on here.
Well, you can see people are very excited about what you're doing. They love your work. Please keep it up. Keep that creativity flowing. And, maybe we'll bring you back another 6 months or so and see all the amazing stuff you have for us.
That sounds fantastic. It's been great being with all of you.
All right. Thank you so much, Johan and Miss Captain Lady Moon. Take us out of here. Peace out. Thanks for staying up late with us.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to see if you got it there.
Okay, I don't know why you're still muted. I am trying to unmute you. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. There you go. We got it back. Hi, everybody. I am the captain. Your captain. I'm here. Dude, I would put the outro, and then you clicked on something else, and then I was like, "I have to do my job," and then you do it.
All right.
Too many cooks. Hi, everybody. How are you all doing tonight?
My internet is going crazy over here on my side. What's up, Matt?
Hey,
what's up, Miss?
Yeah, we were definitely muted.
So,
we fixed it. Yes.
Well, I want to thank everybody that's sticking around. That was definitely a funny interview. Oh my God, those crystal chambers and that saber were absolutely gorgeous. Am I the only one that gets excited at stuff like that? I feel like it's looking, like for people that are really into cars and that are, car junkies, I feel like it's looking at like a beautiful engine in a car.
I like sabers, but when he was showing those swords, I was like, oh.
Yes, okay. I know the sword. I could see you backstage. I could see the drool coming out of the side of your mouth.
And him talking about the children of Huron. Oh.
Right.
And talking about the Silmarillion. I have read the Silmarillion so many times. I actually have Elvish on my arm. It's tattooed on my arm. So
what does it say?
I am a huge fan. Manim Keled Penny Duath. What is light without the dark? That's what it means.
See, there you go. There you go.
So I appreciate him for being on. I cannot wait to talk to him outside of the show because I have a feeling we're going to be cool friends.
I knew as soon as he started showing those swords and talking, speaking Lord of the Rings, that you guys were going to connect.
Yeah, I can't wait. So that'll be fun. I really enjoyed being on the show. Sorry, guys, I was late. And there's Matt. She's in the chat.
What's up, Mez? Mez will be back next week. Yay! We survived. We didn't burn the house down. We barely made it through. We've had some weird broadcasts the last few weeks. I want to remind everybody that the brand new She Chose Saber is here. Kyber Cave exclusive.
Oh man,
you will only be able to get this. Thank you. And this comes in 5 different colors. And this is the beginning of our ritual, which is the build your own saber. So once we have a couple of sabers in the lineup, you'll get to have cool pieces and stuff. And our next saber in the lineup is going to be a one-handed curved hill saber. So look out for that. But for right now, help support us pick up your Shicho. And don't forget, we have a limited edition 100 piece coming up, which is going to have battle damage across here. And then you're going to be able to see a Kyber crystal glowing through the battle damage. So,
also, by the way, Van, it was me that brought up selling Johun's sabers in your shop.
Was that you?
That was me.
We might have to. He said he's going to have some empties.
Are you surprised? Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty awesome.
And I think this is what people are waiting for.
Oh yes, we have had the counter on since before the show even started. It is counting.
Oh yeah,
don't worry.
People are out in their audience. What do you guys think of this? This is the Cal Kestis Fallen Order saber. This is a weathered saber, limited to 100 sabers worldwide, made by TXQ. This is an SN proxy board.
It looks like Minas Morgul. It's like the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Right.
Looks like the Eye of Sauron could be right here.
Yeah. I mean, Minas Morgul isn't, but yeah. But a door. Yeah.
Good. So again, the 3 rules. You cannot be an employee of Kyber Cave, which I only have in two employees, so that works out. You cannot have won anything in the last 6 months. And the last thing I forgot to tell you about, you were responsible. 2 things. You have 1 week to reply to us. So if you are the winner, you have 1 week to get back to us and figure out how you are going to get your saber. Now, you were responsible for your saber, so you can either pick this up or have it mailed to you. In most cases, it's $15 to mail to you to most parts of the country, but $15 or thereabouts. This is valued at roughly $550. Again, there is limited to only 100 worldwide. What are you laughing about?
Oh, just see it. As Nabel, I just love that. He's like, I am not an employee, and I have not won a saber yet. So yes, you know.
So
hey, there's Kevin. He's in the chat.
Hey, Kevin! Kevin used to have a fantastic segment on our show. I'm hoping that comes back someday because that was my favorite segment of the show. What's up, Duran? I want to thank everybody who has tuned in. I want to thank all the brand new people. I know I just recently met people, and I know somebody made a comment about having just come out to the store for the first time and found out about Kyber Cave. Thank you and welcome to the family. I want to make sure that you guys all remember August 3rd. I'm hoping Miss Captain Lady Moon will be there signing autographs. You can come and meet her as your favorite YouTube celebrity.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think, what do you think? Do you think we should do this thing now?
We should do this thing. So you want to know how many people are in the draw?
I'm going to guess 46.
Nope. You're really close, though.
Oh, 42.
Really close.
43.
43.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 43 people. It's awesome.
43 people for a $500 lightsaber. That's pretty good odds. I mean, where else are you going to get those types of odds?
That's true. Let me see if I can. I think I have to share. I don't. Sorry, guys. This is my first time doing this, so I had to do a quick tutorial how to get it. I think
And I want you guys to know, in case you haven't figured out, but all the ladies here at Kyber K Productions, they're the ones that carry the brains.
Yeah.
We have this little wheel thing that usually our fabulous director, Mez, runs, and or our other fabulous sexy director with the beard, Graveyard, runs.
Oh, yeah.
But both of them
are
busy
himself.
with family. They have like lives and stuff.
How
families.
She does it.
Uh-oh. Let's see if we got some more new comments here.
Yeah, why don't you get the comments while I'm getting it?
Alrighty.
All
no
right.
problem.
We're going to go. Do you see that?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you. No, you don't.
I see nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
you see nothing.
Something's happening.
Okay, something's happening. All right. Does everyone else see it?
Wait, it's slowly coming in on my holy crush. These comments are coming so fast.
Guys, let's slow down the comments just for a second so we can see this. All right, we are going to be the drawing in just a moment, okay?
Okay, so it's I see wait, there it is. Do you see it?
So I'm gonna I think I do. I'm gonna do it right now. So here we go. You guys see it?
We're doing it. This is it. Somebody here wins Saber.
Raphael
Oh! I know that guy.
Yeah, Raphael. Congratulations.
Raph, that's crazy.
That's
Congratulations,
amazing.
Raph.
Congratulations, Raph.
He is a local too. He is in Solano County.
Oh yeah.
He hangs out.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he does. He does the Miyagi Obi-Wan crossover.
It's like I know that guy.
I know that.
By the way, I just want to say, Ardat Yakchi, I really like your name.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to say that the whole stream. I'm like, I really like that name.
Woo-hoo.
It's either from Dune or it's Mass Effect, and I can't remember which one. They're very similar. They're very similar names. All right. So that's the.
That is it. Woo-hoo.
That's it. Yeah, we got it.
Raph.
And congratulations on getting the 2,000, getting us the 2,000 subscribers. That's amazing.
Woo!
I know.
2,000 subscribers. Believe it or not, it's kind of crazy, but we are in the top 9% of all YouTube channels.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is. I know.
I want a refund.
Just 2,000 would get you.
He said, "I want a refund." No refund.
Do not forget, y'all. We have our beautiful. So I'm trying to get this picture up here.
Yes, I see it. We see it.
Did it pop up?
I do love all
my computer is running so slow on my side. I don't know what it is. These are these sheet shows, Kyber Cave exclusives. You can pick yours up at kybercave.com or at the shop. There are 3 separate parts. There's the emitter, the handle, the pummel. And in the Kyber Cave ritual, you will be able to mix and match your parts. So you can make like a Joker. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I got a bone to pick with one of our lovely subscribers here. Cool man 9502. You got to learn a lot about some awesome sabers. That was not a waste of time, sir.
Oh, well, hopefully you met some new friends in the community.
He's gonna unsub. Bye. Okay. Well, bye, friend.
We give away a free saber every 100 subscribers.
Exactly.
And
you have so many more
pixel every 500 subscribers. Who else does that? And brings you fabulous guests every single week.
Exactly. We are awesome here. We provide awesome things.
I'm waiting for your new show already.
Yeah, we are working really hard on it. So that is it's in the works. It's gonna happen. We've had a couple of snafus, but we're making it work. It's gonna come out soon, guys. I promise.
That will be absolutely exciting when it does.
We want it to be the highest quality we can make it. And so that's why we are taking the time to get it right the first time.
Yes, exactly. Make sure to check us out every Sunday at 7 p.m. for Saber Rattle, every Saturday at 10 a.m. for Saturday Morning Nerd Out, and Retro Alcove comes on Mondays at, I believe, 7 p.m. So make sure to check out all those shows. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, tuning in, for trying to win the Saber. Hopefully, you guys will come back next week. Let your friends know. Please help grow this channel. Like, subscribe, comment.
Well, man, I really hope you don't unsubscribe. I hope you stay around. I was not being completely serious. Please stay around. We like you here.
We want to be friends. All right, y'all. On that note, we are going to leave with our talk of the town. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
I got it on the